This is Mrs. Decker, and this is Objective 1B. I can describe the law of conservation of energy and apply it to real-life situations. So before we get started with Objective 1B, we want to do a quick warm-up on 1A, so go ahead and pause the video and label each of the following as kinetic or potential energy. Alright, so a car on the top of the hill has potential energy. The chemical bonds in chicken are potential energy, but when that chicken is eaten and being digested, that is kinetic energy, and a bird flying through the air is also kinetic energy. So the law of conservation of energy should sound very familiar. It is very much related to the law of conservation of mass. So much like mass, the law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. So we want to think about what's actually happening during a chemical reaction. Think of the different forms of energy that you have seen or felt in chemistry. So what's really happening during a chemical reaction is energy is transferred from one form to another. So here are a couple of real-life examples of the law of conservation of energy. So an example of kinetic energy turning into electrical energy would be running water put through a turbine to generate electrical energy. So this is what's happening at a dam. Water is run through the turbines and creates energy, electrical energy. An example of kinetic energy into sound energy would be a person playing a piano. The person has to move their fingers and press the piano keys to create the sound. An example of chemical energy into sound and light would be fireworks. There is energy stored in the bonds of the chemicals that are in fireworks, and then once the fireworks are blown off, that is changed into sound and light. An example of nuclear energy converted to thermal energy would be the energy stored in the nucleus of atoms that is changed to heat during nuclear fusion as well as nuclear fission. So now that you've learned about law of conservation of energy, you should be able to come up with examples for these types of transformations when I ask you for them.